Hey everybody, welcome back to the Overwatch channel on YouTube. Also at overwatchproject.com if you're interested in checking out my website. There's more information there, books and links, stuff to look at that might help you in your research when you're trying to understand reality. So recently, I just want to make a couple comments about Robert Monroe's trilogy. I finally got around to reading, and I'm almost finished with Ultimate Journeys. And I had some thoughts about consciousness in general, not just from these works, but from all the other research I've done over the years. You get this concept from people of something called a higher self, you know. And this video, let me just say this. If you're not into this stuff, or if you think consciousness comes from the physical brain, then I've found out that you can't really convince people of anything, even if you have evidence, tons of data to show them. People don't want to know. Information is sort of like gold. It's usually buried, dirty when it comes out of the ground, or in information's case, when it comes to you from a source, it's usually contaminated with a worldview, a belief system, or a system of non-belief. And just like gold, you have to refine it. You have to clean it. You have to piece it together, and until you get good piece. Information's like that. I spent years of my life shedding my old worldviews as I learned new things, and I'm willing to change my mind as data comes in. Not let my mind. Some people like to, especially atheists, they love to use the word reason as if that's a good tool. But you can reason your way to anything, any bullshit you want. Usually reason starts with destination, and then you figure out how to get there. So in Monroe's book, I think it's a classic example of you get a complete picture of, like what people call the higher self by the end of the third book. And I don't think that we are necessarily that we have like a higher self per se. I think we have a broken self that's attempting to fix itself. See, somewhere along the line, we consented to incarnating as humans. And once that happened, or once we incarnated here into a human body, our consciousness was literally broken. The first clue about this is that we have a conscious and a subconscious mind that is clearly a difficulty relating to each other. If something gets into your subconscious mind, it tends to sabotage your conscious mind, right? And vice versa. Things can get really confusing really fast. People get into really bad habits. People get stuck in belief systems, or in non-belief system, which is the exact same thing. It's like the opposite side of the coin, right? Evidence and data mean nothing. You get half-truths from everybody. You have to be diligent about how you process information and aware of your own biases so that you can get rid of them. And all that takes a lot of hard work. So when I see like comments in the comment section, sometimes I just want to shut them off, because some people are just truly ignorant of the data, and they make comments as if they already know stuff. So it's just something to consider. It's not that we have a higher self. I don't see any evidence of that. It's that our true whole self is broken here, splattered across non-linear space and time through different lifetimes. When they talk about people reincarnating like 1,000 times, and nobody blinks an eye, even the people that accept the facts about reincarnation, they just think of it as some kind of learning school with massive amnesia as you injected life after lifetime here through some kind of sick, uninformed consent system. And and then let me give you an example about bad information. I'm listening to these interviews with this Dr. Asher, and he has some information about the soul trap, the reincarnation recycling program, and it's interesting. But some of the other stuff he talks about, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. He's just flat wrong about some stuff. It's really bizarre. So I don't know what to make of it. But, information is like gold. It comes out of the ground dirty. You have to get rid of the impurities. You have to refine it. You have to process it. And then you're left with something really nice. So what do you think about that? Do you think that we have like a broken soul, a broken consciousness that is trying to reassemble itself so it can escape, or as Robert Monroe put it, attain escape velocity? And another thing I was wondering, as we muddle our way through this dreadful material existence, it is like a video game. I was playing Rise of the Tomb Raider recently, and as I'm playing the game, I was realizing these video games that I play sort of really make me understand how our free will works within the Matrix. Something to think about is that in a video game like Rise of the Tomb Raider, you're free and you can use your free will to go anywhere and do anything you want within the boundaries of the game. And isn't that the same thing with real life? Scientists now try to say that our reality is like a simulation, and it really does seem like that. It seems like they can't take your free will away from you, but because you are here in a physical body now, you're limited by the environment. So just like when I'm playing a video game, I'm limited by the parameters of the game. Here I'm limited by the parameters of the material world. And there are glitches, right? So sometimes you can have a clairvoyant moment, or sometimes telepathy can leak through, or sometimes some people can be mediums, etc., or certain things can happen that are identified as magical or miraculous. But these are all glitches. And just like in a video game, sometimes you accidentally run into something that gives you an extra thing that you're not supposed to have in the game, and, glitches happen. But it is like that. You're limited by the environment on what you can decide to do and what you can't do. And that's really a great way, I think, to understand free will and how it works, and how part of it has been taken away from us because of the prison planet we're currently in. And the real trick is to figure out, in the end, it's all about figuring out when you finally separate from your body, once your body finally shuts down, and you've had hopefully enough time to continuously study all this stuff into old age, and you finally separate from your body, can you avoid the reincarnation trap? Can you get the hell out of here? Even Monroe seems to indicate in his last book that he still had one more lifetime here to go through before he could get out, but he could see the exit. It's an amazing read, the Monroe books. But you can get this information from all these other books too. It's not like his book is any different than all these other OBE books. They all contain generally the same information. What's weird about it is how people interpret the information. Something else I just want to point out to you is a witness to something can give you information that they are not even aware of, because they're interpreting the information through their own flawed way. So sometimes witnesses that police interview will give them information they're completely unaware of, because the way the person that witnessed something is interpreting something is completely off base. And that's what I think is going on with a lot of these new agers and these spiritualists or people that have out of body experiences. They don't look at it, they don't want to see this world as negative, and they try to make it fit this supposed school that we're in. Well, prison is also called the school of hard knocks, isn't it? Alright, see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.